We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who'll be fronting the grid. Hamilton, Russell and Charles Leclerc. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix. Welcome along then to what promises to be another. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position. And starting next to them is George Russell. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Perez, Carlos Sainz and Norris. Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, Ricciardo and Valtteri Bottas. Ocon, Magnussen, Pierre Gasly and Joe. Mick Schumacher, Tsunoda, Lance Stroll and Sebastian Vettel. Albon, the owner-driver, Latifi and Oscar Piastri. Not one of the easiest days.
After the points finished last race, let's aim to keep that momentum going. We're monitoring somewhere on the internal combustion engine. Be aware that we're going to start to see a loss of power. Let's focus now for the rest of the race. There's a new strategy available on the MFD. We've been handed a three.
Ferrari have really pulled it out of the bag today. Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari, do it again. Let's have a quick look at how the drivers' standings have changed. After an incredible performance, Lewis Hamilton secures the top spot in the Drivers' Championship. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Natalie Pinkham, come on, who do you pick?
Charles Leclerc showed exactly how to manage yourself.
We've had to spend time repairing the damage to the car. Tyre condition still looking good.
With qualifying complete, let's review our top three today. Sainz, Norris and Lewis Hamilton. With qualifying for today's race, it's Carlos Sainz in pole position, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Daniel Ricciardo and Bottas, Verstappen, Perez, Tsunoda and Guan Yu Zhou, Leclerc, Ocon, Pierre Gasly and Mick Schumacher, Magnussen, Stroll, George Russell and Sebastian Vettel, Latifi, Oscar Piastri, Albon and the owner-driver. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. And a warm...
Okay, now stay alert for threats around you. Nice move, good job. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now. Disabled DRS. DRS is now disabled. Oscar is into the pit lane. Oscar in the pits. That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. Look after these tyres now and want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, you're in the top 10. There's a new strategy available on the MFD. Understood, copy that. That place back, I'm afraid that was an illegal overtake. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. The gap behind us is 8.2 seconds. Oscar's coming in for his stop now. Okay, heavy rain was staying with us for a while now, at least a 20-minute window of heavy rain. Okay, full wet. Okay, we've been informed of an incident which has resulted in lots of loose debris on the track. A safety car is being deployed. Safety car in this lap, safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature. And remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags. battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. And gap to the car in front is 1.5 seconds. Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps. Okay, this is your final lap of the race. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 4.4 seconds. Okay, be careful with the front wing, you've taken some minor damage. Okay, this is your final lap of the race. Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
The Mercedes team pulled out a fantastic performance today. They should be proud. So, Natalie, what do you think? Well, Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again. So let's review the updated driver standings. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. So then, Natalie Pinkham, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
I'm going to give it to the owner driver today. There was a lot going on all down the field, but they were the only one who I really felt maximised their potential.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes